It was my grandmother's sari that first drew me to cloth. The sari was a woven technique called jamdani. It's a type of fine muslin cloth that has a really long history in my country of birth, Bangladesh. The Romans used to call it nebula or vanti, which means mist or woven air. When I got my first collection when I graduated, in homage to that, I called it woven air. I've always loved the way textiles create narratives. They evoke memories of place, the wearer, hidden histories. One of my favourite textile designers is Annie Albers, and she talks about tracing cloth back to the event of a thread. And I guess that idea of history and handmade cloth in particular, the history of handmade cloth, adds another dimension to the history of cloth and all those stories. The hand of the maker is what fascinates me, and it seems to be a story that can be included in all the other stories that cloth is made up of. Sometimes that signature I literally weave into my cloth, almost like memories or fragments or tokens. But often it's by highlighting the imperfections in a piece of cloth or revealing the warp as it falls away from the cloth and then joins back up again. I'm fascinated by that relationship between warp and weft, how they meet at that point where they cross, and that's what gives cloth structure, and it's what's given the structure something to sort of hold for centuries. That juncture and where those two things meet, that warp and weft, I think that's the bit that I like to sort of be challenged by, that I want to manipulate, and that's how you can explore and create something new. My own cultural sense of being from two places that I feel equally connected to, that's Bangladesh, the place of my birth, and the UK where I live, allows me a freedom to explore and challenge the work that I do. I like to mix motifs and techniques. Sometimes it might be a traditional Welsh blanket pattern and mix that with some classic Indian colours or the other way around. And that hybridity in my work somehow feels familiar to people, which is what I want them to feel, and yet can't quite be placed. What I want the person to do when they see my work is to be slightly disorientated, but also comforted by something that's in the recesses of their mind.